What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video about my experience lending my car to Zoom Car. So this Zoom Car is basically car rental services where they take your personal car and you can rent it out and earn some money based on the trips that one chooses to, right? So once when you put your car on this rental platform, whatever trips that the customer is doing, you'll get a percentage and the company gets 1%. So here in this video I'm going to talk about the pros and cons about the services, and also show you that how to treat the car before joining these services, right? So that's something that I'm going to talk in this video. So starting with the pros, yes, the this is more like any other business, right? So once when you enroll, you need to give the certain formalities of your license, RC, and all those things, and then you call them for an appointment. They do the pre-delivery check, and then they also give you a date and a time where they will ask you to either come to a particular point or a location, or there are some, in some cases they also ask will get the services done at your place. And when I mean services, what they do is that they have at least 2-3 devices that they have to fit in your car. One is a GPS tracker, the other one is a module which connects to the, I think, to the main terminal of the car, where it tracks all the information of the car. So that's there. So I think these were the two main devices which gets connected. The GPS tracker comes with a SIM facility, so hence all these devices which they connect, they consume a lot of battery. So that's something which is there. So from the pros, what I say is that the once when the fitting is done, there is a 45-day, I think, joining bonus or something like that, where they give around 10,000 bucks. And after the 45 days, your regular trip starts, or in fact, within the span of 45 days, also, right? Your trip starts. So you keep owning based on each trip, and the maximum number of trips, the more that you earn. And also after 45 days you get that 10,000 bucks. So, and that also is released in some intervals. So in the first 20 days, something like that, you get first half of the amount, and then the remaining gets after the next set of 20 or 25 days. So that's there. So from a pros point of view, I think the app ecosystem is good. The the 45-day bonus amount is good, and that's where I will stop, right? Because that's something which is enticing if we are looking from me as a customer. Right now, I talk about the cons. The cons is that number one is that, as you see, right, they do a lot of tampering with the wiring, and this is what they do with your car. Because they have to fit at least 2 to 3 devices, they randomly cut most of the wiring. And while it is fine in doing that, but also if it's not done carefully, right, they can do a very shabby job. And in some cases I have to remind them 2 to 3 times of putting the tape once when they do cut the wire. So that's something which was there. And the second biggest problem which I've experienced is that while doing this, Triber has the headlamp leveler just next to the steering column, so that they have dismantled it. And because of that, the headlight throw was going down and it was not in the right position. So I've complained this at least 2 to 3 times, and that's where they had to come. They initially said that they didn't do it, but luckily I had this video and I had showed them what they have done, because the leveler just is a couple of inches away from where they've put this device. and for driver it's not that great where you have enough of room where they put this device, and this device is more like a small tiffin box, and that was something. While doing this, they have adjusted, or in fact they have unhinged the cable which sits on the rotatory lever dial, which is used for the headlamp. So that's something which they have done. So after 2-3 times calling them, later they have accepted and they removed and they have fitted the leveler again back. That was my first con. That the fitting process of all these wiring is a great experience. Number two is that the claim responsibility, if the other party takes the car and damages it, right, the claim responsibility is on the user itself, or in this case me, right? They don't take up the ownership of the claim, and it goes out from your claim amount. So that is a hassle. They do say that the claim process is handled by their team, but they don't say that the claim amount is spent by the company, but they assist in making sure that the claim is done, right? So which means that they only do the initial phase of taking the car or inspecting the car, but when the claim actually happens, that whole process is your headache. And that is my biggest con, where I feel that shouldn't be the case, because we are giving this car a price position to somebody else, and I think the company should own this end to end. Though there are some terms in which they do come back in saying that they do everything, but it's not the case when it comes with a straightforward approach, that isn't the case. So that I feel is my second con. And overall, if I have to say that, right, who has to look for Zoomcar, I think that's something which you need to look for if you have a second car but not your primary car, right? So if your second car is not in much use, try to and if you feel that you can make some money, I think that's something that you can look as an option, but only if you are also willing to take out some time to clean the car after every trip, before and after every trip, right? That's because there is some rating system where the person who's taking your car can rate you based on the cleanliness of the car. So because of that, I think or if the car is not clean and that person rates you down, I think that will trigger something on your incentive. So hence you need to make sure that your car is clean before and after the trip. So I think that is also one more headache that is on you, and I think that's something which I felt was not that great if you have your personal car and only one car, right? So that's there. So hence, who this business works out with is only if you have using, and if you have a second car, I think that's where you can start using this, only if you want to make some amount of money rather than having the car sitting at your place. You can put that for some use in this case, right? But like any other business, you have your pros and cons, and the cons is what I listed out, and also there is some kind of a manual work that goes into it before and after each and every trip, and also the claim process is not that great, right? So this was my experience, sending my car to this services, and it was not something which I recommend if you have a single car. So that was the entire video about, and what they have done to my trailer. Thankfully I got this changed immediately after the initial 45 days. And I believe I just had run 2 to 3 trips, and that's something which I immediately removed the services. One thing which I've noticed is that the GPS device that they put, that has cost, or it has the tendency to take more power. and it has depleted my battery once, and because of which I had to completely recharge my battery, and also in the second phase I had to change the battery also. So that these devices are power consuming, and also because this is a GPS device, right, it continuously needs power, so they map it directly to the battery. So that is also something which you need to keep in mind, that these devices will take up battery, right? So that was also one more thing uh, while I was checking for, and that's something which overall sums it up, that you can get into this business, but only if you have two cars and not the primary car. And then if you want to make some quick money, that's something that you can check it out, but it requires a lot of manual work as well. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, so please like and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned and also check out the playlist for my other car and bike videos. Also check out those vlogs. I did roughly around 200 plus vlogs in and around Hyderabad. Some interesting places, some secret places that you can enjoy if you have a bike or a car as well. So do check it out. Let me reach the 50,000 mark, and if so, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.
కేలు దేపోలి రేపు మా పానానికి వచ్చి వచ్చిన అందరు నువ్వు మీ ప్రశాంత్ బాబుని హాస్పిటల్ తీసుకెళ్ళాలి బాబు రోజుగా తెచ్చిపెట్టి 8 గంటల టైంలో మా సార్ గారు 5 గంటలకు 5:30 వచ్చిందో చేయాలన్నమాట అది